Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about some small business strategies and an overview of what those small businesses look like. So, small businesses are the heart and soul of your workers' comp book. These policies are the foundation and are going to make up the majority of your book of business. That's because small businesses are typically easier and quicker to quote. Most of the time, you're receiving a proposal in the same day. Because of this, building your policy in force count will be faster. While a pro of binding small businesses is that it builds your policy in force count, you need to think about the other side to the equation, that small businesses won't increase the premium volume in the same way where a medium or large size business will. So it's important to incorporate other size premiums in your book, which we will discuss later on. So small businesses are more cookie cutter and they don't require the underwriting review that a medium or large business does. This is why you're getting the proposal more easily. Small businesses don't have as many exposures. The payroll and employee count are typically smaller. They have a good claims history and they aren't experience mod rated. Small businesses are typically your accounts categorized under $15,000 in premium. So most of your workers' comp book should be built on small business policies, anywhere from the minimum premium all the way up to 15,000, as these are the bread and butter of your book. Much of our book at CID is anywhere from this range because these policies are going to be the most stable regarding rate, premium, and renewal retention. So the most important way to get a competitive edge when quoting small businesses is obtaining a fast close. You want to know your carrier markets well, so working with an experienced underwriter who has the ability to go to market fast and efficiently is extremely important. You can always quote with multiple carriers, but one is always going to stand out with the best rates for that type of exposure. So knowing your markets well can quicken the quoting to bind time. Quoting fast and easily with that one carrier makes it easy for you to develop a competitive edge and get that fast close. Another way is you can also cross-sell your package policy to obtain their workers' comp, as it creates more business for your book and an increased retention for all of your insureds. So we're going to go into some target small business classes. Now, I mentioned rates when quoting small businesses. Rates are the most important with small business risks in particular, as they do not meet the premium threshold for additional credits. So be smart about writing small businesses and placing them with markets that are the most competitive for that type of exposure. I want to briefly mention a few target classes for small businesses where we are seeing really competitive rates being applied. A few are HOAs, retail merchants, physician offices, wholesale stores, auto businesses. A lot of our book at CID is built on risks such as these, so take advantage of the current market to build your small business book with these types of insureds. So we're going to move into our first case study, the small business, and this is something you're going to need to move through efficiently, but also quickly, and quote this fast. What do you want to be looking for when analyzing a small business? Well, I'm going to walk you through that. The below points are the key factors I look at when analyzing a risk. So we're going to walk through the business on how I would approach quoting this and the important strategies and knowledge I utilize in order to obtain a fast close. So our first small business happens to be an auto exposure, and it's one of those target class codes that are doing well with the carriers right now. I'm always looking for the entity type, which here it's an LLC. And this is just important because certain documents will be required from the insured when binding. The insured has one location in California with 3 employees and payroll slightly over $200,000. I'm taking a look. There's no experience mod, which isn't surprising because it's not a factor with small businesses because the premium is not great enough to qualify. There's no claims. They do have industry experience, which is good. So all around, this is a good risk that I can quote and get a proposal back in the same day. These are the highlighted points I need when quoting small businesses. So I would take this to the markets that I do know well and that do well with auto exposures, and I would be able to get something very quickly and be able to present it to the insured. If this was a new venture, I just want to mention, I would be looking at it the exact same. So businesses like this case study are great for building your policy in force count in your book of business. They're easy and fast to quote with carriers, and they have a great retention ratio.